Boop. Is this okay? So I'm Kenny Miller, if you didn't know. I'm just gonna jump into it. Question 1. Communism. Well, I feel like communism is like bad. After those 2 videos that we saw in class is just about like the first video that we saw. The guy explained that communists are just murderers. They were worse than the Nazis, but they didn't get like a big, like they weren't as noticed because it was just a larger group and not like so concentrated in one specific time era. But then the other video, they said that they were just super kind. They were trying to create a utopia, make everything so perfect the way it should be. And I just feel like I believe that utopias can't exist, so I just feel like communism is just straight up bad in general. And then the next set of videos we saw were over socialism. First video said, the same guy said that it just produces selfishness, and it teaches people to demand more, while in the second video, they said, I don't remember the guy, but he said that it protects the needs of everyone and creates an economy that works for all. I honestly don't know much about socialism, so I feel like it's the first guy. I'm going with the first guy. He seemed to know more about what he was talking about. And I do think that it does produce selfishness because people are demanding more. They're not just stuff's just kind of being handed to them, and that's not good. You kind of have to work and earn what you want, and that's the way it should be. Okay, and then capitalism teaches people to work more and produces selfless people. That was in the first video. Different guy talking about the same group. And then the second video, they were talking about how it prevents ease and it just gets in the way. People are doing too much. It's just the government regulates control, and it's all selfish. People work to get what they want, and it's all for them, which I guess is kind of true, but I feel like it's still good because people are working for what they want, and they put out the effort and they earn it, and therefore they deserve it, which makes perfect sense. So I guess it's kind of selfish, but not at all. And so yeah, I'm for capitalism, I think. But then my historical person I chose was Karl Marx. Didn't know who he was until after this, so learned something. Not really. Actually, I did. So. But basically, he joined a movement known as the Young Hegelians, Hegelians, whatever that is. But basically, they're just a group that criticized political and cultural establishments. And because of this, and all the papers he wrote and stuff, he was expelled from like many schools in 4 different countries. But then later, when he finally got his degree, he wrote a paper which was banned because it was too like intense or something, and not too or something. It was too intense, too graphic. They didn't want that, so they got rid of the paper. Wasn't allowed to be used anymore, and he was eventually recruited by the first founded communist group in London, and they asked him to write the Communist Manifesto, which he wrote about, and it was a super intense paper as well. It got published and was read by a lot of people. And that's all for questions. Sweet.